Namaste. Very welcome everyone to this Saturday Satsang. Just a very quick sharing may kind of set the ground in a way for us, or can help us in a way in looking in the right direction during this session. Spirituality is not about what it is called; it is about what it is. No? So let us avoid conflicts caused by definitions. In the reality, in the experiencing, in the knowing of the reality, there are no conflicts. And because of our habit of knowing everything through the mind in the beginning, we tend to get caught up or entangled actually in the definitions too much, where we feel that things are very confusing in the spirituality. In the spirituality, things might be confusing based on where we are, what path we are choosing, or how, how we are approaching it. But in reality, there are no confusions. So let us try to focus more. This is my invitation to all of you in this meeting. Let us try to focus more on what it is, not what it is called. What it is can be appreciated, known by experiencing it directly, living it directly. What it is called requires all this background of the mind, where we have known everything in the spirituality, and before that we have known everything. So whatever we have known in the spirituality is not really independent from whatever we have known in the social context before that, in the personal context before that. No, it is like a build-up on that. So first we have known like in a social personal context, and then on top of it, based on that, what we thought is good for us, we accumulated in the mind the understanding of the spirituality, which is all part of how things happen. So I'm not saying it is something bad that happened, but it is something in the way of knowing the truth, living the truth. So we need to avoid this now a little bit. That not what it is called, but what it actually is. Because if you are thirsty and you are in a foreign land, does it really matter what it is called? The water, no? What matters is that what it is or where it is. No? It's like this. So I'm here sharing this meeting. Anybody want to talk to me, you can talk.
I would like to take the invitation. And I would maybe start like this, that truth is supportive. Is support.
Supportive.
Like it. This is how it feels that truth is everywhere out there. And earlier I feel truth as ego, and then as challenges, and then at good and bad and other people, and the same things now seen differently, less ego, suddenly feel supportive. If we can.
So it's a good lines which you are sharing with me, but say more so that I see something in it for me to share also.
So I feel what happened is a change in perspective. Like earlier when I was the ego, everything else was ego. And because I was I felt like fighting against everybody. It also felt like that everybody is fighting in a way. It's me against the other. And so everything, or a lot of things, felt like struggle. And with this change of perspective, this that everything and everybody is struggle, changed more to the seeing that it's a challenge, and at the end of the challenge it's a support. Like, yeah, this is how it is.
Yeah. So in this picture, what we are calling ego is not really, as you said correctly, an object in the view. It is a perspective from where all the objects of the view are seen. No? Isn't it? So it is a change in the perspective. How exactly perspective changes? It is just a different way of defining it, but some may call it cleaning our eyes. In the Osho's language, or in this context, we used to call like this: cleaning our eyes, washing our eyes, like so that we can have pure perception of the objects in the view, objects in the field of view. So that we can have the right impression about it and right understanding of it, and accordingly, what is our longing in the heart, accordingly we can approach, like we can fulfill that longing in a more realistic manner, rather than just bumping into things which don't exist, or not regarding things as they are. Another way is that changing our position. Position means the place or depth of the seer, like as if the seer that we are of the view has different depths, different positions within ourselves. So the deeper it goes in a way in its purity, the more purer the perception is of the field of view, of the object seen. And the deeper and clearer understanding, more holistic understanding also takes place, which is more in line with the reality as it is, and that is what causes happiness more now, because our expectations, our actions, our interaction or responses to life are much more in line with how actually life is, not how we thought it is. So this is what is. So ego is not something in front of the seer. Ego is actually, as Guruji say, behind the eyes of the seer, behind the retina of the seer. Ego is mixed with the seer, but it is seen everywhere now. In your example, it was seen everywhere now, and now when removed from the seer, is not found anywhere. Even if little bit, let's not jump onto the conclusion that okay, I have removed the ego from the seer completely and like this. No, improving, removing little bit more. So life is becoming more resolved. Like life becomes more resolved in a way, more harmonious in a way. Like less struggles are seen or less problems are seen out there. More peace is felt in here, more joy is felt in here, more stability is felt in here. One beautiful teacher said that one of the most surprising and shocking things about awakening is that when you wake up, then you see that all those things which you were trying to fix were already happening in the right way. All those things which we were trying to fix or change were already happening in the right way. It takes some time to understand this. What it means is that we are seeing things in a very narrow context. We need to widen our view. Then in the bigger picture, when these things are connected to other things, then it is found that actually things cannot be in any other way than they are. There is no point in crying about it, feeling frustrated about it or unhappy about it. The only option is to make best use of how things are. Because things cannot be in any other way. A very beautiful example, long time back in my spiritual childhood, I used to appreciate, and I can bring it here. I don't know if it is the right word or not. Like there is something called Rubik cube. But in the similar way, there is something called Rubik watch, or a watch which is connected. Like there are many dials in the watch. If you move one dial, every dial moves. But dials are different. Their sizes of the dials are different. So if you move the biggest dial, then all the smaller dials will take few spins, few rounds. If you move the smallest gear, then the biggest may move just a little bit, but still it will be impacted because it is connected, all connected. Reality is like this. In some way, I got to know that what we call astrology, meaning that science of knowing the future and all, it is connected to this, like to this understanding that everything, all the planets and everything are connected. Whenever something moves somewhere, it affects us also, like this. So once we know that all of it is connected, it cannot be independently repaired, changed, or even desired to be changed. We become relaxed about it. That all right, my option is to learn what is the nature of life, what happens really, how it happens, so that I can make best use of it, so that I can get maximum out of it for the longing I have. Everyone has a longing. Every one of us has a longing in our heart. No, like the source of life has put a longing in every heart, in every soul. No? And that longing is like a guiding light, like a blueprint. No, like a like a base document for the whole architecture that will come out of it now. And for that we are searching for some material. That material is called life, as it is. No, life, time, resources, places, everything. No? Interaction with people and everything. That is that. Yeah.
Rajee, it feels a little like this, that that I kind of, like in the image of a computer game, it feels like I played through the ego level and found that I can't do more there. I played it all through. I'm happy. I have enough money and everything. So I'm done on this level, and still I'm not done with the game. Like there must be more. And then the attention came to this more. But what I feel is in the beginning, or is sometimes the struggle, that I still have the habits or the knowledge of the ego level game, and I'm trying to use these ego tools from the other level now in this new level. But the skills, the gaming skills I need here are different, and I feel this is kind of an adjustment which I experience, and then to make this switch from struggle to challenge, and what you also just said, that this can happen.
Yes. In this example, what you learnt from ego level cannot be immediately directly applied to this level, because it is not ready-made knowledge applicable here. It just does not match. But still you got something from the playing at the ego level which can be useful here. That is some kind of fundamental maturity in the soul. That is useful. Not the knowledge of the soul, but the maturity of the soul, like evolution of the soul, is helpful at this level now.
In the same sense, also to keep the I can't find the word, to keep the knowledge that I'm through with this level, with this ego level, and for a good reason, because I tried. But it's not working for me anymore. It's just not enough to keep also this as an alert. I feel, if I still feel, oh, okay, let's go back. It was maybe easier because I could do boss level fights because I played it through, but it didn't give me what I want at the end.
Yes. Yes, yes. Because it is all about um, did you get what you wanted in the first place? What is what causes us to keep going on? It is that I did not still get, you know, I haven't still found what I was looking for. You know, it's about that. Like you feel discontentment, like yeah, it was kind of entertainment during the time when I was playing, but now I feel empty. I did not get anything out of it. No? So it is true like this. No?
What happens, I feel, or happened to me, that I kind of got a smell of this new. Actually, it's a new dimension. Like, I'm not afraid to say it like this because it very much feels like this. And
Can I say something here? Because it is something, a very valuable moment for us in this conversation. It is not really a new dimension. It is something much more than even a dimension. So what is happening here at a deeper level now? Things are being done in a way by you, being known by you, learnt by you. Like you are knowing more deeper reality, living the reality more deeply. But you are also actually changing in this process. So these 2 points are continuously working together in sync in a way. Like they are proportionately always equal. Like the more you have changed into the purity of your being, have come to the purity of your being, the more deeply you are living the reality of life. More calm and peaceful, happy, joyful you are with it also. No? So it is like ego state is like a state of resistance for the higher game of the divine game, no? Of the higher divine game, which requires change in the player also, no? Not just the changes in the play. No? The, the, the game of life played from the level of ego, where we just keep trying to change the game, keep adding more difficulty levels or elements to the game without changing the player. So that is like okay, but this is a higher game now. Awakening is a higher game than a person can play. Because this awakening requires change in the player, and so much change actually. It is like a new avatar, one, then another one. Like every level will require a new avatar of the player. You see what I mean? Like it is not a new avatar in the sense of being born to another level, but more like what we call letting go of your clothes in a way, coming to more purity in a way, like one layer after another. When you want to play this game of life fully 100%, then you need to be like absolutely empty of all the clothes of the understandings, of the experiences and all, feelings and thoughts covered. Those covers, we have to let go of all of them. Like we have to not let go like removing them, but let go like shrinking out of them into the purity of being. So this is that game that begins at some point, What we call awakening is like a higher game that begins. For those who are ready, or for those who are not happy with getting what they are getting out of the game being played as a person, as a ego. No? Do you feel that you understand what I'm saying? Meaning you are able to connect to this?
yes, very much. It feels like that the buzzword of the ego level was separation from the player and everybody else. And the word for this level is merge, like more this, like to play this game level well. I staying as a separate actor in the game. This is not how the rules of the game are. Like this is, I'm not winning with this. And
you are very right. Yes, yes. It could be said very simply like this, that just my version, that the ego version is where we try to perfect or crystallize the same role in which we are. Like how much typed we can be in the role that we are playing, that much we are winning in that game. Now this is switching from one to another very, very fast. Like how flexible you are, how flexible actor you are, the more you will succeed now in this higher game. You know what I mean? Flexibility of the actor is necessary now. From changing from one to another. Like how quickly you can change your dresses, but not only the dress, but also the makeup. Not only the makeup, but also the acting in that role. No? Just one way of saying. Mainly the difference between living as the ego and living as the soul is of the harmony. In the ego, we depend on our muscle power, how much I can face the struggles of life. But in the soul state, you don't have struggles of life in the first place. You are required to be active or powerful in a different way now. You know, like in the way of plugging into the harmony present in life and allowing the resources of the body, mind, and presence of our being to be utilized or to be guided intuitively through that in one sense. It's a different thing. It's not like 100% like a surrender or something, but it's like something between the two. Between the ego state where everything is clear. I am this one. I am doing this, and like this. So it's good. Thank you. Nice talking to you.
Thank you so much. It's so good and so beautiful. It never getting tired to explore this more.
Yeah, it's amazing actually. And in this analogy that we are using today, let's use this analogy today in this meeting, throughout the meeting. In this analogy, it is not going to be difficult to find out why I am unhappy, why we are unhappy. So either our unhappiness will be that we are not playing well at the level where we are, or we want to play, meaning not living life, not participating with life, or we want to play altogether in some other level and we are not able to reach there. Something can be done about it. This is what I mean when I say, what do you want? I mean, what exactly is causing unhappiness in you? Because unhappiness is not an independent thing. It is not something existential, something natural. It is something very individual, very specific to the one who is suffering it, who is experiencing it. No? So this one who is saying I am unhappy in life can actually find out why I am unhappy. However, neither we can in general or we need to find out why I am joyful, why I am happy, why I am peaceful, why I am blissful. Because this is our nature. That's why I ask, what do you want? What do you want means why you are unhappy, why you are suffering, what is causing trouble to you. Like, is it the present level of game, or you want to change the, like this. And there are many times what we call confusion. Confusion is nothing but generally wrong expectations from life, wrong impositions onto life, wrong projections onto life, and based on that expecting life to be different than how it actually can be. Then we will see, oh, this is not going to happen. Then we will relax again. We will relax means we have become free from unhappiness now. By seeing that it is not going to happen like this. Life does not happen like this. It's good, thank you. Anna, you can talk if you are ready.
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
I just wanted to express deep gratitude for last Satsang, last Saturday. Something amazing has happened, and maybe the best way to describe it is it was to do with the breath. Before I would kind of like experience the biggest emptiness and silence between the breaths, between the inhalation and exhalation. and something happened last time, and now I can see that the breath is also in me, that I'm not the breath, and I can observe the breath. And it's very, very beautiful.
Yeah, very good.
And I could see how much I was attached to the breath, like almost like to life, or to stay alive, something like that. And now it is just there, and if it's there, it's beautiful. I can do like we did in the meditation during the week, like cleansing and bringing more energy and so on. But if one day there is no more breath, it's also okay. That doesn't mean that I'm not here. So thank you so much. It is very, very beautiful. It has also brought a lot during the week, like a lot of where I was identified, it was to be experienced. So I could feel like how much of ego that was connected to that attachment, like of being accepted, or empathy, and all kinds of things were fake. Fake. They were not real. They were not coming from the true place. And yeah, thank you for that. If you want to say something, I would like to check something with you later. If you still do, would you like to say something?
Yeah. I remember you were asking, let's say, last year or for some time, you were asking that I want to merge with the ocean, with the truth completely. You were asking like this. And I was kind of saying that it will happen. You do the right thing first and like this. So for merging with the truth, you need to be ready to merge first of all. And we are just not aware that we are not ready yet. This attachment to the breath is that hold at a deeper level like this. Otherwise, you will not have to do anything to merge with the ocean. You will have to do something to hold on to the body now. Because otherwise you are just going to merge so quickly. Of course, the will of God plays the greatest role here. Within that only everything will happen. So knowing clearly the hooks is much more important than kind of, excitedly, kind of eagerly saying that I want to be free, I want to be free, like this. Because it's not going to happen unless we remove those hooks. Unless we unhook ourselves. And when you unhook yourself, then it is really as simple as this, that we are sitting and in this last week of guiding happened, we are just living the truth. And again you are going to lose the boundaries between you and the reality, the source of life. And again you will have to remember, oh, I'm in this body, I'm through this breath, I'm connected. So I'm just very happy that you understood this. It's very deep, very, very deep. That's why it is kind of hidden in a way.
Can I check something with you?
Yeah.
On Thursday, we started the meditation with going from what do you have this body for? What is this body here for?
What is the essence of body?
And then the thoughts, and all the way to the breath. And it was like maybe something else would come first, but then it was very clear that all of it is here to experience this deepest and purest truth. Still, they have their function. Like the thing that came first for mind was to be pragmatic, to be able to function in the society, do my tasks. For the feelings, it came to be able to come from the most hard to the more and more subtle, in order to be able to experience also the subtlest. Um, so I wasn't sure if it's, yeah, maybe you can say a few words about that. It was a very beautiful question because the answer was always the same kind of, but on different levels.
Yes, yes. Actually, even at the same level, let's say body or thought or feeling, there are different levels where we will experience the answer of it also. So what happens is that we are exploring that what exactly is body, meaning what it is giving me. So what is body means what is the abilities of the body. It is explored through this questioning. And also what exactly it is for me. For me means, like for example, a house can be a guest house for some people, or a house can be like a home for some others. Like home means like, oh, I go everywhere, I do everything, but when I go home, you know. But for some, it's just a guest house. I just go sleep, like even if it has 3 room, 2 room, 1 room, 4 room, doesn't matter, you know. So what we get, what we are taking, what we want to take out of it, you know, that is what also is the essence of body for us, essence of thought for us, essence of feeling for us. So like internally the truth of it and our relation with it is revealed. Essentially these are the two things. The truth of it, truth of the body, and our relation with it. Like how we are related, what exactly we are doing with it. Truth of the thought or thinking and our relation with it. Truth of the feeling and our relation with it. Like when you hold a, let's say, you know, flower in your hand and you smell, then a feeling gets activated. What is a feeling? What exactly is happening? And you will be surprised. Oh, this is how experiencing happens. You know. Then you will somehow become aware of the experiencer also. Hey, the experiencer that I am is experiencing this. You are not experiencing flower, you are experiencing feeling. No? Feeling is the closest image in the experience. You know, feeling is a experiential image created for something that we want to taste, want to see or experience, no, in some way. Then you will become aware that, oh, I am actually still something else than the feeling, than the experience of the flower. And that's where you will discover a new way, a more direct way of experiencing the flower. That is through existence. From your existence to the existence of the flower. It was very big thing in one sense, and it is very big thing when I heard first time from Osho that you can actually experience the flower as the flower, not as the experiencer. And this is where it will open up for you that, oh, like until then there is still a gap, like a division between the experiencer and the experienced. When you start realizing the truth of who you are, which is emptiness, which is pureness, which is the purity of being, you become clear, I don't lose really myself ever. I cannot lose myself. And when you cannot lose yourself, you don't feel restricted when experiencing anything. You can flow into it fully. You will fill your being into the flower, or you will fill the flower into your being. Same thing really, not really. It's not about how well to define it, it's about how well to do it. And then you will feel the flower, but like how the flower feels when it feels the wind, the rain, you know, like that. Which is amazing, amazing, amazing thing. Like it's out of the world, like radically different experience than any other way of experiencing it. Like when we are continuously living in the you know awareness of the thinker when thinking, then this is a very limited way of thinking. It is not the highest possibility of thinking. Highest possibility of thinking is when you have become very settled in your being, and then you allow whole of yourself to think. No? Then the higher possibilities of thinking open up. No? Because they require energy, life, which you give to them. you give life to the thinking process, they open up the higher possibility also. In the same way, higher possibility of experiencing also, higher possibility of body also, higher possibility of breath also, breath. Breath is pure magic. We just don't know that it is there. Pure magic. It is existential magic. It is the evidence of this existential, life happening here. That's why all the great beings, including my guru, say that just wake up more. You don't have to add so much to the life. It is already amazing, like this. So this is what I wanted to say. Go ahead now. You can ask.
No, nothing to ask. Just thank you again and again. Thank you.
Very nice. Very, very happy that you can connect. It's a very simple thing. If I can try to put it in words, is like this: that if you want to be happy through experiencing, you the experiencer, if you want to be happy through experiences sometime, then you just arrange your life in such a way that you can have some good experiences sometime, which is the way of the person, by the way. But if you want to be happy all the time when experiencing, or if you want to be happy all the time even when you are not experiencing much, then there is only one way, that you ensure that you are happy in yourself before experiencing and after experiencing, first of all. And once it is ensured, then during experiencing will continue. Now it will be like a split of experience, in one sense that you the experiencer will remain joyful in your nature, living your experiencing is a state of being. Experiencing is a state of being. The being comes in a state, in a certain state, where its sensitivity for experiencing opens up. The same sensitivity which is opened towards the experience also is open towards the experiencer that you are. So it becomes like a two-headed arrow of sensitivity, where you continue experiencing the joy of your being while tasting whatever is put on your plate or in your cup by life, in the moment. Now, the experience given by life, given to us through life, will fade away, will change. Even if it is the most beautiful experience, it is going to change. Or even if it is the worst experience of life, it is still going to change. Meaning it will fade away. But our own experience of our own taste will not fade away. It will taste deeper, purer, clearer, more profound. And somehow there is a magic about it. It is not just really joy, it is something much more than joy. It is not just bliss, it is much more than bliss. Like, once you start living the truth of who you are, you will actually forget the bliss part of it. Because truth is much more beautiful than the bliss that is experienced in our being, in the experiencer. Not exciting, beautiful, literally beautiful, experientially beautiful, more tasty than the bliss. So this is something also. Thank you. Nishant, you want to say something?
No, Rajee.
No.
Thank you. I'd like to do an exploration. It's a conversation here. Some of it you already covered, but maybe we can try it.
Yeah.
So the topic was actually ego and how it's connected to wisdom. Maybe a lack of it. So, from the ego state, when we see something that is terrible, with a little bit deeper wisdom, maybe it can be seen that it's actually not so bad. Yeah. Similarly, something that you've seen, like, I've done something great, with a little bit more wisdom, not so great. It's like, that's okay. So I feel that there is a depth and a breadth of perception, perhaps, which is connected to wisdom also. Yeah, maybe you could talk about it a bit.
Yeah. Uh, it is not really inaccessible to anyone. It is totally accessible to every one of us. It is one reason I found that why we don't access this depth and the breadth of our own being, from where life can be experienced much more differently and harmonious life. And the experience of life will be harmonious. Mainly because first is that like the soul is like in a playful state. Like it is just got into the play too much, and there are many things to play with. So there is excitement. Why you would like to change? Like the play means the horizontal expansion is very exciting. There are many things to be excited about, to be hopeful about, to be inspired about. That's why the experiencer, the player will not like to go deeper in itself, like the vertical. No, this is one reason that no, everything is fine, everything is like that. Another reason for people who are searching now. Searching means we are searching that the play is not joyful anymore. The life of play, the play of life, meaning doing things, is not joyful anymore. I want joy. I want like that excitement, which and even then we have resistance for it to let go of that. Like not let go in the sense of leaving that level, but more changing the level of the experiencer. Why we have resistance for it? So we are searching for happiness, for joy, and we are told that this is possible through going deep in your own soul, in your own being, in the experiencer, in the player of the game, so that you can use the same resources in one sense, same game, but it will be a different game now. It will be known differently, called differently. The meaning of the same thing will be different altogether now. And the challenges will be there, but different challenges. And they will introduce something called joy of the being, joy of the player. No? But somehow we have resistance for it. Why we have resistance for it? No? As if we have become kind of outbound in a way, like we are looking out continuously too much. We just don't have any sense that there's something called some depth of me, possible. Like we feel that I have no other possibility than how I am at any point of time in the whole day. It is just the change that is going to happen is in the play, not in me. We are not ready that the change can happen in me also. Like as if it is a blind spot in us that no, I will be the same. It's just things will change. And only when we accept that no, actually something has to change in me also, about me. So like there are two things inside about ourselves. One thing is that what we think we are, and the one who is thinking about it. So this one who is thinking about it, that who I am or what I am, when opens up that let me verify. Let me verify. Let's not believe. Like a fixation since childhood till now, I'm a fixed thing. I'm just a fixed person, fixed same one. Let's not believe that. Let's open up a little bit. As soon as we open up a little bit, that is what is inquiry in a way. Inquiring into who you are begins. It doesn't necessarily mean that it is going to be called a self-inquiry technique or practice. It can be a meditation or a satsang or a conversation like this, no? But now you're open that it's true actually. Like I feel some kind of comfort, like a centeredness inside me somewhere. But I am also something, no? Who goes there, who sits there, who comes out of it or not. And somehow this is where change begins. No? Yeah. And when this change is allowed and you want more and more now, more and more basically means like there's an internal of this longing. Everybody has this longing, but how bright, how uncovered, how alive it is different in different souls. So based on your position, your state of the longing, it will become urgent for you. Like it is urgent for me. Like I want to go all the way means what? All the way means I want to actually once started, I want to know the purity of my being now, so that there is nothing more left to go. Like this is the very rock bottom of my being, so that I feel that stability now. that I'm not going to sink deeper anymore, And that's where what you are saying, something like this can come in. As far as breath goes inside us, the deeper. Even breath goes at 3 levels, you can say. One is the throat level, it starts, heart level generally, and the belly level also, no? Gut level also, no? Belly, you can say. And we are generally not living the breath and the depth of the breath all the time, no? When living life, no? Even if we can start living the depth of the breath coming to the heart and live life, our perspective or our abilities, our ability to go deep in life will change also. Like we will be much more capable of living life much more deeply and much more from a central, centeredness in a way. Like much more centered, we will feel much more centered and harmonious in a way. Like less disturbed by what is going on, much more central towards what we want to do out of it. Like we are much more clear now here. And if we can go deeper than that, then that is the deepest breath possible. And I'm very happy to see that in our this meeting there are some beings who are saying that deeper than breath, deeper than breath. Like there is something deeper than breath also, like that. Meaning I am something deeper than breath also. I am not really completely one with the breath. Even breath is in me. Even the deepest breath is in me. So this is how this perspective is for me. Please give me something specific now if you want to explore more.
Yeah, it was very nice, Rajee. One of the things that you said about facing, about the, I think it was centeredness word that you use. If I may connect it to something you said earlier, challenges, no? When we face challenges, this centeredness actually helps um, to resolve these things in a very holistic way, it seems. Yeah, typically, we, when challenges come up, we start to spin faster, hoping that we'll arrive at a solution quickly. Yeah, but the more centered we are, somehow the solution will like open up, like a better solution, or the right solution opens up, when we are centered, right? So it is like at a little bit deeper, maybe at a being level, we are able to, that it just, the what is required to solve the situation just flows from there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like that, no. And just one last thing I'll add. So, but in satsang, it feels like we can be at this centeredness, but without having to solve anything. But rather, it helps. Satsang is helping, like just go deeper. I'm not exactly able to express it, but the centeredness itself unravels more. Yeah, so it's very very interesting that way.
Um, it is true what you're saying, everything that you said, fundamentally, not word by word, but it is true what you're saying. Like the more stable we are, more centered we are, the more somehow a balanced life kind of unfolds. Like the right solutions come, they just unfold. Because we may think that there are many things. Among them, I have to find which one is right and which is wrong. There are not so many things. They look like so many things because of the wrong placement of the seer, no? Or the seer is moving too much, no? So the view is distorted. The seeing of the perception of this perceiver is distorted right now. So that's why it is kind of seeing three images of the same thing. For example, like somebody went drunk, no? When we ask, okay, how many hand, how many fingers you have, then they say, oh, like 2 pairs of 4. Then we say, oh, you are still drunk. You see what I mean? And because of that, we are just imagining things to be different, much, much different than how they are. That's why we are not. But otherwise, in reality, there's only one path. There's only always one way. There's only one solution. There's only one thing that that need to be adopted. That one thing is in alignment with the rest of life, with the rest of soul of life. It is coming from the harmony. No? So there is a central way of life going on anyway, which is what is harmony of the whole of life, of one being of life, which is lived by a being who start waking up to the truth of who we are. No? Like we come in alignment with that. We don't choose things. We let things be chosen in the right way, no? While we remain centered in the being. No? And there are different degrees of the same thing. Like some being is only thinking and continuously thinking what to do, what not to do. However, they don't notice that whenever they make a decision, the right decision, that more comes to them, not that they are able to produce it out of thinking. No. They don't notice this generally. But as soon as you will start noticing, you will feel, oh, I would like to let it come to me more than I do it myself. And then there is a different degree of the same thing. More centered in the truth of who we are, and less we need to choose. Because less wrong is there. Like there is no wrong or right, it just comes like this. So we are not really troubled by life as it is. We are more, you can say, troubled by personal version of life that we are experiencing, which is not really the life actually, but it is more like we are not letting that harmonious life happen in us. We are continuously rejecting it or distorting it in some way through too much moving, too much doing things, no? Also. So it's not that simple, but because you are simply able to understand, express to me also, so I am expressing back a little bit. It is not so easy to understand. It was not easy to understand for you actually a few years back. Now it is. So meditation, just sitting meditation, just seeing meditation, inquiry, anything that all the practices that we do is for this purpose. That let's not get into the discussion. Let's not have so much spiritual discussion. It is fine. Let's have a discussion also, but let's kind of change our position a little bit so that you can have a different experience and view of life than we have generally in the beginning. So I think it's very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajee.
So, Uma, would you like to ask this question? You wrote me something, and would you like to ask yourself? Or
Namaste ji. Yes, ji. Actually, in the previous discussion, I was also listening, so I got some clarity also, but I want to make it more clear. As I see that, and before my spiritual sadhana, I also living like this, that this life like a surge of happiness. Whatever I'm doing, it is like searching. Everything is like a search of happiness. Whatever I'm doing, anything, and so I see that everyone is living like this. The main focus is happiness. The main goal is happiness. So in this scene, I can say in this whatever I see, it is what is the importance of knowing our truth, like why it is important to know who I am, to know the truth, how it is related, how it can help.
okay. I would like to give an example, like a picturization analogy used here. That what we call our present state as a person is also known as a sleep state of the soul. So person is not a actual identity, It is more a dream identity, like an identity dreamt by the real, the soul. So it is said that when the soul is living as a person, it is actually sleeping, meaning the soul is not able to live its own truth, and soul is also not living the truth of life, out of which the soul wants happiness. And so there is no way it can really be happy unless it wakes up. No? And in the direction of waking up comes this know yourself. Knowing yourself means waking up. Waking up simply means that hitting the ground of reality as it is about our reality also and reality of life also. Now the question can be asked that okay, how to find happiness if it has not been found already here. But anybody who wakes up like this never searches for happiness, because happiness has been found already here. The happiness of the soul, the nature of the soul is happiness, bliss. And the nature of life is also actually happiness in the essence. The very material life is made of, not the events, not the incidents or good or bad experiences out of it, but more the actual taste of it is also happiness, no? Like this. The main reason is this, meaning there are two type of approaches towards it I found. One is searching for happiness and still hopeful that I'm going to find through this method through which I'm searching, the way of the person, where we remain hopeful that one day I'm going to find it. It is just that maybe I have not explored enough places. I have not explored all the places, and maybe my method is incorrect. My resources are less, my energy is less, concentration of focus is less. No? And then there are other type of people who have somehow realized that no, like they have become wise in a way. Like certain maturity comes out of seeking. When we intensely, very deeply seek, look into life, that no, actually the things which I think can give me happiness are not giving happiness to anyone. There are so many people in this life who have this which I think can give me happiness when I will have it. No? So if they cannot be happy, why I believe that I will be happy when I will have it? No? Like something like, as I sometimes refer, that Jim Carrey said that I wish sometime that all the desires of everyone get fulfilled so that they can know this is not the answer. So this is what I'm talking about. So when a being becomes mature, a being does not need to do everything that every human being has done in order to know that this is not the answer. No, we can just be more wise and observe other people, what they are doing, what they did, and where they reached, are they happy or not. So such a being, now to such a being, this what I'm saying can appeal. No? That's true. Like a being who don't want to waste time so much, want to get the maximum from their life, to them this can appeal what I'm saying. This approach is that first I should actually know the truth of myself and truth of life, out of which I want happiness. And to your surprise, if you just want to not spend so much time, let's say, in these things, you can just know the truth of happiness. What is the truth of happiness? Which includes truth of the experiencer and truth of life, out of which it want to experience something. If you can focus on only one thing, that what is the truth of happiness? How do what happens when I feel happy? No. Even that is going to uncover this simple reality that actually, as if I am not living the reality of myself and life, and which is causing unhappiness. I don't know yet what is happiness, but now I know what is unhappiness. Now I can be free from unhappiness. Let's see now, do I still need happiness? And mostly people immediately feel that no, I don't need happiness anymore. Just living daily life normally as it was before and as it is now, same life circumstances, mostly start producing happiness also now. It's a strange thing. What is going on? Just the living of life, I can feel happy. Nobody can believe actually in the beginning. Yes, it is possible really. In Zen they say, when you wake up, what do you do? You do nothing special. You just carry water, you chop wood, you eat when you feel hungry, you sleep when you feel tired. No? Because you are so happy already that you don't need special activities to be happy now anymore. No? Like this. Did I explain enough for you to be clear about it?
Yes, very, very good explanation you shared. So I want to ask more. This is clear to me. So how anyone should start the day if they can feel this, that uh, I'm not finding happiness in this working and doing things, in achieving goals. So I'm asking for every day, like how we can start a day, like just stopping and contemplate and seeing what can be useful, the appropriate way to start.
I feel like this. You are not asking about the day, but you are asking what can be done about it, fundamentally, no? Like where to begin.
Yes,
Yeah?
yes, where to begin
Yeah.
actually.
So for someone who has no clue or background of spirituality, for such a one, let me attempt. That what can be done. Contemplation is the first place to begin with. No? Contemplation basically means stopping and thinking what is going on in my life, what I'm exactly doing and for what. Because many times, we are spending doing many things in our life just for the sake of what we call FOMO, FOMO, you know. And as soon as you will sit and contemplate, you will feel no, I'm not really getting anything out of it, and it doesn't really matter even if I lose it, no. For those of you older generations who don't know what is FOMO, uh, it is fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. Like as if when we see other people doing a lot of job and money and everything, like we feel that if I don't do all these things, I'm going to miss something. We feel like this. I mean, it's not happening so much in life now. I feel the newer generations are really much more freer in a way in the mind from it. They feel I want to do my thing, not really what others are doing so much. No? So in that way, it is good. But otherwise, just sit, think. Like I feel we should make it a point for a beginner. We should make it a point that every day, the first thing before beginning the day, in the morning, whenever we feel, before starting the office work, that first thing to sit and think, overview, having an overview of our life, that what I'm going really, where I'm reaching, where I'm going from here now. But a more fundamental overview, not what project, not what money out of this project, what I will do out of that money, not like this, as a whole. And that is going to bring us to a more stable place of being, from where our observation or a general observation will start becoming better, like a more clearer observation, more purer perception, which is something very powerful to open up. Like it kind of wakes up in you a little bit. And then as if we have become more wise in a way in general. And that wisdom will play everywhere, in the whole day also, in every day also. And then slowly we kind of start sensing that no, I have to sit back a little bit also. While I continue playing the game of life, continue doing what I'm doing, the project that I have started. So contemplation, I feel, is the first step. And generally contemplation is the first step really for every seeker also, whether we call them ourselves seeker or not. Second step is meditation. Contemplation is basically like trying to figure out that in this loop, in this flow of life in which I am, is it really that I should continue continuously every day like this? And as soon as we do like this, we are able to sense that no, there is something deeper than this which I'm missing, and I need to know that. I want to know that. And for that, meditation. Meditation is, maybe techniques are there, but fundamentally meditation is to sit in your being. Sitting not really in a specific spiritual way. You know, when a teacher like me is sharing meditation, I don't mean that you should go in some special state. You should just not go anywhere. You should not change your position or state or anything anywhere. Generally, we start changing immediately as soon as, let's say, I say, well, let's do a meditation right now. Immediately, we'll feel like, okay, let me sit like this. It is not connected to that. Meditation is not connected to your physical body, your mind state, or your state of feelings, or anything. No? It is connected to you. That are you not doing anything right now and just sitting in your being? How to sit in my being is not required here. If you don't ask how to, you just start doing it, you will know how to do it. No? This is the point. Nobody knows how to sit in my being, but everybody learns very quickly also. No? So meditation, second step. No? And that kind of sums it up really nicely. As soon as you start sitting in your being, just for some time, for me, meditation is as simple as this, that you are just not paying attention to anything anywhere right now, inside or outside. Which means that your attention has to go somewhere. So now it will go in you. No? Attention is a active state of consciousness. No? Attention is nothing but consciousness, but attention is consciousness on the go, like continuously moving. No? There cannot be any attention which is not moving. If attention is not moving, it is not attention. No? So that attention which is moving has to move somewhere now. But you are not allowing it to move in the internals, like what is going on inside, or external, what is going on, in the life situation. Then what will happen? Then either you can choose to focus on yourself, like who is sitting. It must feel a little odd in the beginning. You who is sitting, sit in yourself. Don't sit in your body. Don't sit in your mind. Don't sit in your feelings. Sit in yourself. And this message is received and adopted or understood by the soul very quickly, by the way, if we don't try to think about it. Like as if it is something built in the soul. Soul knows that how to sit in myself. This is where you are focusing on, like your attention is focusing on yourself. Who is focusing on everything else, something like this. But you can keep it more open, that you will keep correcting your understanding about it while practicing it experientially. So let your experience of meditation correct your understanding of how to meditate. Because this is essential. Otherwise, we will create an image of meditation and how to do it, and then we will get caught up in it. And many people have got caught up in it for many, many years, like even decades also. Because of that image, that we are not ready to correct the image. No, you correct the image every day. Let me try again. You will begin obviously from the understanding you have had so far until now, but then you can improve here. No? Like this. And that is going to give you so much more. Meditation will give you so much more than you can think of. Like it's just going to open your eyes, like that lot of anxiety that we feel of fear of missing out and so on, that will just start falling away. You will start doing the right things at the right time more and more, like right decisions, like this. Because meditation does not bring dullness or laziness inside us. We don't feel complacent. We feel much more excited, much more rejuvenated, much more alive, integrated, and ready to do what life has brought us, like this. So good, thank you.
It is very clear. And when you share that every day when to start, before starting the day, stopping and contemplating is very helpful. And I feel this is helpful in this direction also, that we can start our day with a fresh state of inside, Like generally, we just continue the old state of yesterdays and just continue from that old state this new day. But when I stop and just contemplate, then this oldness uh, uh, goes away, goes out, and then the freshness created in my inner state, and everything is fresh then,
Yes.
whatever I do.
Yes, yes, it is correct. Actually, but what you are saying is this is more of a understanding, a attitude, not really a set of something. But I feel that even a set of some exercises or something can be done in the morning. What I call Pravat Shuddhi. Pravat means morning, Shuddhi means purification. Like let us purify, let us remove the dust of the yesterday as much as we can, or yesterdays as much as we can before beginning our day, so that our day can be more fresh, like a more fresh beginning than a continuity of the old. It can and it will continue whatever is essential from the yesterday, which is continues, but not the dust, not that which is not useful anymore, which is going to be just a burden in the today. No, this is going to take away our ability. It's not going to give us any more space, more ability of doing anything. No? So that Pravat Shuddhi basically is a attitude in a way, which can be a set of exercises also. Like it is found that those people who wake up in the morning, they do some exercise, yoga, pranayam, they always find their day to be better than the days or times when they were not doing it. What happens? Because they are kind of bending their body, their muscles, their prana and other kosh, and they are removing the dust from it, no? Even if little bit. They are allowing the fresh life. Fresh life is available all over the place. It's like surrounding us. The freshness of life is surrounding us. We are in the middle of the ocean of the fresh life all the time. We just have to have a space for it because we are full of the old. So the yoga, pranayam, everything, it just creates more space for the fresh, and fresh fills immediately, and that brings the kind of excitement internally. Like you feel, hey, that's a nice day, it's a good day. Let me do some work today, let me do something today, like this. So this is also something important, Pravat Shuddhi, morning purification, which can include this also, contemplation also. Because contemplation is nothing but removing the confusion, the old confusion which we have had so far for a long time, maybe. No? So good, thank you. It's nice.
Thank you very much for this clarity.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Rajee, we got a question which was sent to us. She didn't mention her name, so I just read the question. And it's in a similar topic we are talking about. The question goes like this. Everything is well and settled in my life, but I'm not happy. The same things and activities which were so engaging and gave happiness some time back now looks fake. It seems all of it has no meaning. I'm just fooling myself in the name of entertainment. Everything is fine as a social requirement, but what is really for me?
It's a good sign because many people feel it like this, but they don't feel so deeply that something is missing in my life that they do something about it. This being is asking a question means you are ready to do something about it now. No? It's a very good sign actually. We can think of the whole of life like a divine play, Leela, for the soul that we are. So living as a person is part of that play, divine play, Leela. Then not living as a person but more living as an individual is also part of it. So there are different levels of this Leela, this game, divine game, no, that we were discussing also. When we have saturated one level, outer level, we will not feel any excitement anymore. Excitement does not really come from what we do. It comes from the one who is doing it. It comes from inside, not from outside. Outside, however, is necessary for experiencing that which comes from inside. No. So that's why the activity of life is not totally useless in a way, not for quite some time. Until we reach the very core of our being, activity of life is very useful. But it is more and more now going to be something you are using to express the joy that you have inside, not doing something to feel the joy. No? So this is a big difference that happens, that when we stop experiencing joy out of what we are doing in life, it is the time to live the deeper reality of ourself, the experiencer of it, the doer of it, which is from where really happiness comes. And as if the, the, the soul that we are as a person totally have forgotten, or as if we don't know what to do now, That's where the spirituality in one sense will come in, no? What to do is not really so much connected to changing the situations of life, but it is more being more present in the same life situations. Not maybe trying to be more present in the life situations which are negative in nature or which we don't like, but we can start with what we like, what part of life we like. We can start being more present. More present basically is going to allow us to experience or access the depth of our own being, the experiencer, which basically in turn will gift you the ability to go deep in the same life situation, which is basically going to unlock that happiness that you are searching for. So this is how you will get happiness more now. And this is also, by the way, the right path. This is not the wrong path of happiness. Wrong path of happiness is temporary happiness. This is permanent. Because once you unlock the joy of your being, it will keep coming out and you will keep feeling happy, joyful, regardless of the times when you are not doing even anything. You are just sitting, looking at a beautiful rain, or a forest or somewhere, like you are just there, and you will just feel happy somehow. Like life is so meaningful, in a different way, in a non-conceptual way. You will feel life is so significant. Like it is so full, it is so full, like bringing such deep contentment beyond the desires for happiness or beyond the sense of lack. So this is that approach, I feel. I hope that, it will help in some way.
Thank you, Rajee.
Thank you. Deepa, you want to say something?
I want to understand, and correct me if I'm wrong here, how to digest the truth after seeing it. Or, like, if you are just talking the truth, you know that the other person is not on that level of understanding what you understand about a certain situation. Then how to just digest it rather than speaking your truth?
I don't think it's very clear to me, because I look at things from the perspective of spirituality, where we are looking at ourselves and trying to be more centered in our being, rooted in our being and happy, joyful, blissful. So this is not really so clear to me. Can you try to use maybe some other words and then it will become more clear to me? Like for whom this question is? Is it for others or for you? Also make it clear.
Okay, I can go by this one. Yes, it's for me. But then I guess the understanding of the truth from my end would be a little partial then in that particular situation where I'm speaking it out loud. Are you able to get it what I'm trying?
No, not really.
Okay. Let's say, for example, if I am able to see a generational trauma, all right, and I'm speaking it out loud that this is how it is functioning. That is my understanding. But if the other people around me are not able to understand it, do I really need to speak it out loud, or I just need to, like,
Uh,
do
I,
you get it now?
I do, but I cannot answer this question for you. No, you have to get this answer in, because every situation requires a certain intelligence from you to answer the question. No, remain rooted in that intelligence of your being, and you get the and you answer. No, it requires two things: the intelligence and the responsibility. No? So have that responsibility to answer to life in that moment, whether to answer the question, whether to speak it out or not. No? Because every action has some consequences. You will have to bear the consequences of it, like the cost of it in some sense. No? Like a boomerang. No? So if you will see that, hey, this is not really I should speak, then you will not speak. I mean, it is like it is said that uh, we learn how to speak in in 5 6 years of our early age in the childhood, and then we take rest of the life to learn when to speak and when not to speak, or what to speak and what not to speak, isn't it? So it is an ongoing process, that we are learning, going to learn, which is connected to our sense of joy, peace, and our love also, and care for others also, like this. That we don't want to disturb ourselves, we don't want to disturb others, like not getting hurt, not causing hurt, and then whether to speak, not to speak. So many things are involved in it, which you only can cook inside you. It's an evolution that happens. There, in our childhood, we will be speaking many things out and thinking that it is all right. And then slowly, when we mature, we will feel no, not speaking out everything is all right. No. And then there could be a time in our life when speaking even anything will feel like speaking too much. No. We may feel no, I just want to be quiet now. Because it doesn't, like it may look like, hey, it doesn't make any difference. So it's really very specific to you and your situations. There cannot be a standard answer to it in a way. I can only explore the how things are here. No? Yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, it makes sense. Because, like you were saying about boomerang, even if you're trying to speak the truth, it just comes back and makes things worse.
I feel there are two fundamental approaches towards a action. No? One is the action coming from more centered state of the doer, thinker, decision maker that we are. No? And another is the action coming from the harmoniousness of the being, or our connectedness to the being of life. Intuitively that action is coming. So these are the two places from where the good action, in a way, good quality action comes. Rest, the action comes from the state of person where we have sense of anxiety, fear, restlessness, and we are just trying to cover it up in some way, and we just acting out of it in a way continuously. Like there is a certain impulsiveness of the energies playing it also inside it, which it starts playing out in a way through our actions, through our expressions also, which is not the right place really to. But then mostly we are like this. So at least we should come out of it into this stable place of thinker, doer, decision maker. Because what happens is that as soon as we start responding to life from this more stable ground of being, we start sensing that I am doing less and less rework in a way, which means that we are saving a lot of energy of life for higher. Like life is not just about routine of saying this, doing that, discussing this, discussing that, which is mostly the person state, and we may actually live like a person for a long time and thinking that there is nothing more to it. But my life is so much more than it. As soon as we will start saving energy out of it, then that energy can be spent on higher growth and higher explorations of life. No? Yeah. So is it fine? It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So very, very good. Anybody else can talk to me?
Rajee, about this energy saving we were just talking about. I felt I got recently an energy saving monitor installed in me. And it's quite eye-opening. What I want to say is that earlier I felt spiritual path is all about just flow and just, I don't know, maybe head in the sky or in the clouds a little. Like this was my picture of it in a little. And I learned more and more through the years with you how important actual monitoring is, and contemplation, and actually doing work and doing, or like checking. And I feel this energy saving monitor, I call it, helps so much in seeing, oh, that earlier in this situation I was wasting a lot of energy. Maybe not even so much in that situation, but what you also just said, in redoing the situation the next day, or and all the outcomes and whatnot.
Oh, yes, yes.
And how beautiful it is to see how much is saved, and then also to use it accordingly to what is much more important to me, which is like living more the purity of myself and this part of. I would very much like to talk with you about this.
I would like to start like this, that there are two states of a soul when experiencing life. One is where identity is more important than experiences. That time, this, what you are saying, will not apply so much. Identity means I am this person, I am this, body, I am this male, female, or whatever, all of that like this. All those characteristics are defining who we are, and we are very tightly attached to it. That time identity is more important, and then we have very less scope of correction here. But still we have a scope. It's like, let's say, when somebody is too typed, let's say being an engineer, being a doctor or somebody, then they are not called a very good doctor in a way. They can be good at one or two things, but they cannot be versatile in learning new things and, like this, growing continuously. You know what I mean? But only those people who are knowing something in the beginning and then they are open to improve. Improve means what? Improve means they are ready to change. Which means that the identity is less important now. When identity is less important, the quality of experiencing or quality of life is more important. That time, correction is necessary in many, many ways. What is happening is that you will notice that I'm wasting a lot of energy. Like I'm wasting energy in the moment. Let's say you will feel that in the moment doing something, not enjoying doing it, not getting anything out of it. And also creating some work for future. And you feel, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I'm creating work for future. Like I'm ensuring that I'm going to be busy until next weekend. No, I don't want to do that anymore. No. I want to make my life more free now. Like I want to receive or enjoy everything in life, but I don't want to be bound. So this is the method that you are talking about. This is the method of freedom. Not really freedom like giving up life, but freedom like giving up wastage of energy. And this wastage of energy in one sense is a relative term. Cannot be same for everybody. Because as long as the identity is very important for us, a lot of wastage of energy will be seen as essential. Like, oh, what are you saying? If somebody says something to me, how can I listen to it? I cannot focus on myself that time. No? We will feel like this. But as soon as the quality of life, quality of being, the state of being becomes more and more important, then somehow the perfection, it's about perfection of life, it's about completion of life, completion of the action more and more comes in play. And that's where the wastage drains out, like wastage is highlighted. In one sense, you can say wastage of energy is connected to identity, not really to the being. The more strong the identity is, the more wastage of energy is happening. The more the identity, egoic identity thins away, the less energy, less wastage of energy. Like, what is not the wastage of energy? What is the opposite of? It is multiplies. Like, it is not that deeply experiencing in the moment, using our energy, but also it multiplies in the sense of knowing the depth of the experiencer, for example. No? That's why those who start waking up, they feel as if I never lived actually anything. I just wasted my life until now. This is the reason. Like since morning till night, talking to this, talking to that, doing this, doing that. What did I do really? You feel like, because identity helps in talking to each other, talking to other, and this, like identity is nourished by it, because identity is a fake, false entity. It depends on others, their opinions, their understanding, their discussions, talking, yeah. It's like a joke that one man was in an exhibition and he saw one woman, and they were talking about a painting nicely, and then he said, what are your opinions about marriage? He said, I am totally against marriage. He said, me too, I am totally against the marriage. Then the woman said that, hey, our opinions match so much, let's get married. This is what we are doing even in the spirituality also. Talking about spirituality to each other while remaining out of it. Like missing the whole point of spirituality. Spirituality was individual. It is never a group activity. It is done in groups, but not really a group activity in that way. You see what I am saying? Then how much we can talk to each other in the spirituality? It has to be more internal. No? And it is only when identity is less important to us. For most of the people, surprisingly, even the spiritual direction, in spiritual domain, identity remains more important for quite a long time. This time identity is called I am a seeker, I am a meditator, I am a spiritual practitioner. And that's okay. Like this is how life is. But what you are asking is something very different now. That identity is less important to me, which does not mean that you will not present yourself strongly when necessary. Let's say for driving license, for financially or anywhere, you will be very strong in that. But you will be strong in presenting only, and then unhooking yourself from that presentation and relaxing into your being again. No? Not that you remain in that person all the time. No? Use the soul remaining in that fixed personality all the time is what is being a person. By those standards, there are very few who are not a person. No? Yeah, thank you. It's very nice. Thank you. So I'm not saying that when the identity is important for us, even on the spiritual path, it is something bad. I'm saying that this, what we are talking, cannot be so much understood now here in that. Because identity itself is the wastage of energy from the perspective of the soul, the biggest head, energy head. It is very energy intensive. It sucks all the energy to remain the ego, to remain the person, to remain this and that, you know. For example, spiritual practices are very simple. Their instructions are very simple and they can be followed very easily, for example. But it is not so. When we look at the practitioners, it isn't found to be so. They are continuously struggling, they are continuously confused, they are continuously feeling that I did like this, I am doing like this, can I do like this, can I do like this? This is not really because the practices are difficult. It is because the identity trying to save itself in the name of, I don't know what is this, I don't know what to do. And unless this is seen by the soul that you are, who is caught up in the identity, as long as we are seeing it as ourselves, that identification of the soul is there with the identity of the person, cannot be seen. As soon as you see that, oh, I'm not it actually. I want freedom, I want real joy, I want happiness. No. So basically this is also a point here. Those souls who are happy in the identified state with the personality, they are fine. No? But those who are not happy, you know what we were talking, there was a question also about, that's where something else has to be done. It's all connected to happiness. Are you, like, it's a very individual question to be asked, am I happy the way life is? Yeah, thank you. Asta, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Rajee, I want to say that it feels like each and every word of this satsang and this discussion you had, it was all me. I had been thinking, questioning all this in my head. And Rajee, you mentioned for that immediate awakening, you have to get all of it together, your entire thing together. And many times I feel that the discussion you were having, that I'm so attached to that, not attached, I want to let go of that identity because it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy, the energy I want somewhere else, because eventually it's everybody's, or individually I'm searching for happiness. And many times when I discuss, okay, I want to give it up. I want to give all of it. I want to like focus my life on something else. And many times it's like, you know, and then it's the noise that says, hey, right now you are escaping. You're escaping. It's not, you can do all of this while you're still in that identity doing regular work. You can still do that. It's the change, like you also mentioned, you have to change within. It's not outside. So situation, even if you try to give up everything and try to follow a path, you'll still be unhappy. So at times I just feel so caught up in this that I do want to focus, because I want to continue to be something else, because I'm not happy with this. You also mentioned the circle, it keeps happening. This pattern, it keeps happening. How do I get to that clarity that it is not escape, it's actually a genuine desire to conserve my energy and focus elsewhere? And many times it is not easy to do that parallel path always.
Yeah, but and there is no parallel path, by the way. It's just our imagination that there is some parallel path of spirituality or something. No, it's all one thing actually. The way is to face it right now. When, let's say, you feel like it is possible that you can escape from something very clearly and willingly, and be very happy. And if you don't escape, you will be unhappy. No, it is possible. And also it is possible that even if you don't escape from it, you feel as if I'm escaping from it. So it's not about an activity. It's not about involvement. It's really not about all of those things which we think. It is about something else. It is about what do you want. Do you want to be in or out of it? If you want to be in, then if you are out of it, you will feel like I'm escaping. If you want to be out of it and you are in it, you will feel I'm escaping again. No. So it is really, our biggest problem is not really so much what to do. It is more about clarity at the fundamental level. No? Like what do I want out of what I want to do? No? Like what you are trying to get out of it, let's say, like this. So if you make this whole thing more central, this is the answer, I feel. This is the way, actually. No? Like sometime, don't escape when you feel like escaping, let's say, from something. And be more consciously present and see that what happens if you don't escape. And sometime escape again consciously and see what happens. Then it will just become clear to you that it is something like an internal energetic state in which I am caught up, which is creating the illusion of choices so too much here. When there are really choices in life, they don't create unhappiness in us. Illusion of choice creates unhappiness, not the real choices. No? Like I found most of the people working in the offices, they are unhappy. And whenever we talk, look like I was talking to a friend, I was walking with him, talking through that, okay, so what is the problem? The problem is they're doing so much work, this and that. Like you can change the job, you can find some other field or something. No, but I will not get that much salary as I get here. So is it not true that this salary, even at the cost of this much hectic schedule, is necessary for you? Yes, it is necessary. So you are okay with it? Yes, I am okay with it. Are you happy now? Oh yeah, I am happy actually. Without changing anything, it just changed. We are much more looking at life from sort of a hypnosis created by the external influences also. What do I want? If you stop and look, you will just find what is the right thing for you, and you will do the right thing. In or out, doesn't matter. Are you able to understand this? What I like connect to this? What I'm saying?
Yes, Rajee. And I think the big point you say is, what do I want? Because many times it's okay not to want more also. And I'm happy with that. But many times it's also about, okay, externally you feel, hey, how can you be like that? So, yeah.
Actually, we don't really have a definitive answer of these things from the place of mind or person, really. We may keep discussing these things, but we will not get to a answer which is going to bring lasting happiness. That is only possible from a more stable place of our being. So stay in the more stable place of your being, and that time, sometime, even sacrificing your happiness brings much more happiness to you than not sacrificing. No? And sometimes not sacrificing is the right thing to do. No? So it is not really about what is the outcome of our choices of life. It is much more about, are we making the choice from the depth of our being or not? It's more about that. Because that brings contentment. It's not about the result, what I got. It is about what I wanted, I did. I did what I wanted to do. It's about much more about that. And that is the biggest challenge of human life. What do I really want? And that can be found only in the depth of our being more, in the integratedness of our being more. From there, even I don't want anything. And you are so happy. What do you want? Nothing. It's all fine. Like life as it is fine for me. Okay. And you are actually living the bliss of your being, truth of your being. No? So it's not really that we need to seek happiness out there, but we need to ensure happiness in here. That is the point. It's not about choices. It's about the place or the state from where making choices or giving up choices. No, it's about that. Are you peaceful? Are you happy when making choice? If yes, then your choice will bring more happiness to you. If you are unhappy when making choice, it will bring more unhappiness. It is like a tree you are creating out of you, out of your present state. Any action, every action is a tree, like extension, expansion. No? Do you want to expand how you are right now? If not, then correct it first, no, or not. Bring it to more harmonious, joyful state of being. Then let it be expressed and expanded. No? The wisdom of life is such that you have to only cut the crops of the seed which you have sown, not anybody else. So be very careful about it. But those crops we have to cut. No? I just want to add something from my heart, from my being. At some point we become so wise that we stop making choices. Because we know that making any choice is making a wrong choice. Wrong means it is incomplete in some way. It brings consequences in some way. Like remaining one with the harmony, with the one being of life, and letting the action be taken is the only right action taken. We become clear at some point. This is what is called the complete action also. Complete action is not somebody taking complete action, some great being. You are a great being. You are not a great being when taking complete action. Actually, you are not when complete action is. No, it's like this. So as long as you are not ready to be not, keep perfecting your action, but not in terms of outward appearance of it or results of it, but more the place, the rootedness into our being from where it comes out. It will be called a better and more correct action relatively. I feel like this. We are good, no?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rajee, such joy of clarity. What you just shared, it's just like, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm very happy to talk to you also. Because clarity is something very beautiful when we live together also, no? Like this. When you become clear about something a little bit, it feels so joyful in me also. And it's a surprising thing that not really many people are ready to be clear about these things at such a level, such depth. No? So thank you. You are one of those people, no, who are interested in this clarity and rejoicing. Clarity does not bring more actions, more tasks, more burden to us. It removes that. Less task, less burden of doing, less burden of choosing, more harmonious flow unfolding. No? Good. Uma, you want to say something?
Yes, Ji. I also want to explore about clarity. In previous conversation, you were sharing about wastage of energy, and I found inside myself this that when I am not clear, then wastage of energy happens more, and clarity brings like when clarity comes inside me, that stops this wastage of energy. And I remain more undivided also. I becomes more crystallized also. Energy also conserve, and I also become more undivided. So I want to explore this more with you.
Uh, there is a clarity of the mind, let's say. No, mind means at the mind level there is a clarity also. No, but let's say at the mind level, what is clarity? Let us explore this, and that will make it much more clear to us what fundamentally clarity is. No? So, is it that thoughts are arranged in such a way that they look very clean, like having, you know, very systematic and very good space between the thoughts or line gap and things like this? Is it like this? No. It is that when the thinker feels I'm clear when thinking them. No. So, are there special thoughts to be thought about for the thinker to think or come to the feeling that I am clear now? No, actually. So, basically, the thinker is using the thoughts in some way to come to something. And what is that something? That something is not really clarity as much as it is unity of the thinker. Like the thinker is trying to come from the dividedness of the thinker into the unity of the thinker using the thinking this time. No? Then that shall I buy this, shall I buy that, shall I do this, shall I do that? And that sense of making choice or the sense of compulsion to make choices is creating a dividedness in the thinker. And thinker want to just get rid of it, want to be just free, to relax, to feel that kind of natural joy of unity of the being. No? And for that the thinker is thinking right now. So basically clarity here is not really coming from the thinking. It is coming in a way through the thinking. Like thinking is being used as a mirror, not so much as a data whose conclusion will be the clarity. No. No. Thinking is being used as a mirror in which the thinker is looking and seeing, okay, clear, now clear to me. So it is within the thinker, not within the thoughts, isn't it? But still, thoughts are so important. In the similar way, there are some confusions which are so deep that they are not resolved through thinking. They have to be felt inside us. No? Like, for example, the confusion that who I am cannot be thought about really. We begin with it. We begin at the thinking level, the self-inquiry, but it has to be felt somehow. We need to feel the confusion that who I am actually. Like we need to feel the fact that I am not clear about who I am. So feeling is being used this time by the experiencer of it to be clear within itself. It is not the feeling that will become clear. Like there is a clear feeling came in me, who I am now. And that is the answer of question who I am. No, not really. It may be a feeling useful, but then the feeling, the way it comes, the way it goes also. No? If the thinker, if the experiencer of this feeling did not become clear about itself, independent of the feeling, then the dependency on the feeling of that who I am will remain always. No? Then it will have to wait. Okay, I'm waiting, I'm meditating. That time then feeling will come who I am, and then I will be clear again. Oh my God, how beautiful it is. But for how long it will last? Again it will be lost or not? So again the experiencer of this feeling, even that who I am, is not really where clarity is happening. Like how permanent clarity you want, how temporary is what is deciding, is it not? The more permanent clarity we want, the more we will become fundamental about it. No? When you are crystal clear about the question who I am, and you want to be crystal clear about it, let's say, or you want to be clear about it in the most fundamental manner, then what happens? You ask the question, who I am? Immediately, because all of your resources are available to you now. Immediately you start wondering that, let's forget about asking the question. Let me check who I am, the questioner. Let's forget about self-inquiry. Let's focus on me first. self-inquiry or no self-inquiry, who I am in the first place. And that's where you start waking up. What the hell is this? And you just keep opening up more and more. The light, we get illuminated more and more internally, about who we are. Which basically is the end of the sufferer or end of the one who is confused. And this is from where now you can say the fundamental, central one clarity start coming out in a way. Which is clarity also, which is harmony also, like through different names we know it, which is unity also, oneness also of life, perfection of life also. It is felt like this. But the suffering is not there, sense of struggle is not there. Many such things are not there. So there are different depths of the clarity based on our desire, our interest in it, and there is a certain activity or involvement required for it. Like, let's say you want to be clear about, like my basic example, that let's say you are going out to buy a mobile phone, or you are going online to buy a mobile phone during this sale, okay? Which mobile phone I should buy? This question, let's say you ask. This is not the question really. There is a hidden question here. That hidden question is, when do you want to be clear about it? How much time you want to take in being clear about it? You say, no, today I have to be clear. Like till lunch time, I have to be clear about it because the sale is on after that. Then you will concentrate, or you can say funnel all of your capacity into this moment, and you will access all of your thoughts connected to it, all of your conclusions connected to it, all the stakes, all the related things, and you will analyze them to best of your knowledge and will come to the clarity. Do you see what I mean? So question about clarity is when. When do you want to be clear? Like in our spiritual childhood, I feel we used to be very excited to become clear in the mind level when we used to listen to some spiritual talks. But as we became more mature, now that was not sufficient. We wanted to taste clarity, not that just think about it in the mind. Oh, wow, that's nice. No. So different for everyone. Well, I hope that I have shared enough, like in the right direction.
Yes, very beautifully you shared, and I got clarity about this. And I feel this is like being aligned. This is inner alignment and crystallization and then alignment.
In one sense, yes, you can say. From the outside point of view, it looks like that. But from the inside point of view, it looks very simple. It's exactly the same. When do you want to be clear? How much time you want to take? The less time you want to take, the more immediate you need to be. The more immediate you will be, the more crystallized you will be, the more present you will be here. Is it not true? It doesn't require techniques so much. It requires decision. No? So clarity about clarity first. How, when you want to be clear. Not how, but when you want to be clear. If you want to be clear right now about who you are, for example, any one of you, you can be actually. You have all the capacity to be clear about who you are. Then what will happen that in this very moment, you will transcend all of your dream of thinking, believing about who you are. No? So how much time we are taking in clarity is not decided by the complexity of the situation. It is more decided by a sense inside that how much time it will take or it should take. Like we have accepted somehow a certain time period. If we don't accept it, it will not take time. Life situation, many things will take time, but this kind of clarity, it does not. It does not require that kind of time. It's just about, do you want to be clear right now? Do you want to be clear today? Do you want to be clear this week, this month, this year, this life also? I heard Osho somewhere like a title of one of the video Osho, no? होश ना हो तो जिंदगी चूक जाती है, no? If awareness is not there, then we miss the very chance of life, the very life, human life. No? This clarity that I talk about is hosh, awareness. It's just that I could not connect to the word awareness in English. That's why I'm using a different word for it, which is my direct experience. No? Clarity is my direct experience, not awareness in this sense, in the conceptual sense. No? So the concept of clarity is more close to my direct knowing of it. That's why I use this word. No? But I think you understood correctly.
Yes, very clear, very beautiful sharing. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's very good time. We can end this meeting now. It was all very, very good. Explorations with all of you. I feel this conversation mode is very, very good. Let us clear up everything, and then we can sit together nicely and do nothing. When we will be sitting nicely after clarity and doing nothing, it does not mean that our energies will not be restless. They may still be restless, trying to do something else. But we will not be involved with them now, because we are clear that we don't want to do anything with the thinking, with the feeling, with the going anywhere or doing anything right now. So it's not that whether we should do something or not, that once I have come to not doing anything, that I will be not doing anything for the rest of my life. It's not really about that. There is something inside us which is never doing anything anyway, and that never does anything or does not do anything. No, when you do it well. When don't do it. No, it's like this. So just not doing anything right now, basically is a decision that okay, I have done enough and I'm going to do enough later. But right now, I choose not to do anything. And then we see the miracle of it, the power of it. No? You start sensing your being, no? Which we have never sensed actually. Like, what is this? I am something actually, which is just here. No? I am something which is like a space, which is like a presence of something, and I'm aware of, I'm knowing of body and mind and everything also, life and everything. But I'm not any of it. And this is pure bliss. This is pure bliss. Just sitting in your being. It's pure bliss. Like bliss basically is the taste of being, the purest taste of being, taste of the pure being that we are. No? This bliss is not like a celebration or dancing or something. It is more like a peace, no? More like purity, like a nectar, amrit. No? And this nectar, this bliss is so close to us. All that we need is that let us do something totally, so that we can also not do something for some time. No? It takes only this much. No? It doesn't take techniques as much as it takes exhausting our restlessness for the time being, so that we can just relax without doing anything. It's beautiful actually to just be here. No? So very, very nice. Thank you for joining today.